all on the wrist. Watch how I flip. Watch how I whip. I'm in the whip. All on the wrist. I never switch. Ice in the wrist. Car on the wrist. All on the wrist. Watch how I flip. Watch how I whip. I'm in the whip. All on the wrist. I never switch. Ice in the wrist. I get the money, but I never switch. They saying you switch, you won't get it. You know they came from the bottom and now we is lit. You was lit. I gotta get it, I gotta get it. You hating cause ice on the wrist. My bitch, you wanna be famous, They act like they made us, You know I'm icy in Vegas, This for the that hate us, I make a lot of new money, When the not savers, You be liking my flavor, I think it's cause ice on the wrist, on the wrist, on the wrist. Watch out, flash. I never switch, I never switch, I never switch, I never switch. Ice on the wrist, ice on the wrist, ice on the wrist, ice on the wrist, ice on the wrist,
I was legit ever since I blew. They all on my hey back then didn't know I exist. Don't touch my cup, you know.
All right, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the NFL playoffs brings us to the home of the Ravens. Sold out M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore, Maryland. Straight ahead, we punch the second of 2 tickets to the AFC title game, and we've got a great one in store between the New England Patriots and the Baltimore Ravens. For a berth in the AFC Championship game, off we go in the divisional round of the NFL playoffs.
Come on now, let's go! Let's go! Okay, Mike, right. Come on, keep it up, guys. Shift.
They start the drive on the ground with Lewis. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask.
Let's go!
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Now Lewis. And that's not the start that he was looking for, as he's going to be met and dropped behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 11.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Mike 4. All right, T, let's check. All right, T. Mike 4. Check.
From midfield now, here's Jackson being chased out left. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down.
He kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
Little trouble thus far on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 11. Here's Jackson to throw. Escaping the pressure right. He can run for it, and he will. And he nearly got the first himself, but it appears he's going to be about a yard or 2 short. It's a 9-yard pickup on the play, and it'll be 4th down. They're going on 4th down. It's Jackson. And an alley to run. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. 5 yards on the scramble, and that's enough to pick up the first.
And the Baltimore 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Tight end, well done. Ringo. Tight ends on the Ringo. 4 down. Alert.
Jackson from the shotgun. Flushed out right. He'll try and run it. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets it down to the 30 there. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's second down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
On second down, it's Lewis. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. It's a 6-yard loss on the play. And that's going to lead to a third down.
Here we go. Get the flag. Four down.
Jackson eluding the pressure right. He's got Mason complete. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. They get 14 on that one. That's good for a Baltimore first down. Nice job keeping that opening drive alive, and they're in plus territory, that part of the field where you really want to convert on third down. They did.
Big-time pickup for them, and now I think the aggressive play callers think to themselves, this part of the field, I take my shot at the end zone, because the closer you get to the end zone, the field gets condensed. It makes it a lot tougher to run those routes. You still got a chance to actually run past people right now. Take your shot at the end zone early in the down and distance count.
Tight end to the right, boy. Tight end to the right. Move.
From the 16, Jackson forced out to his left. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Well, you got a young quarterback. Maybe that's just an example of a growing pain for him.
I think you're right about that, because when the game starts to move fast and it moves quickly on him, a lot of times they fall back on what they know best, their arm. He's slinging it on this one. Had a wide-open target, but didn't have the proper footwork to increase his accuracy.
Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs, able to improvise and get the first.
That's something you have to be aware of as a defense and have to find a way to account for him. And if you're not going to use a spy, you're telling your guys to keep your eyes on him, because when he breaks out and makes plays like that, all he does is hurt you.
Have to at least be able to contain him somewhat. There they could not. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. On 2nd and 9, Jackson flush to his right. Got a man, it's caught for a Ravens touchdown. From 10 yards out, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. So they take the opening kickoff and drive it all the way down the field.
And that's the last thing you want defensively. On the road, in the playoffs, and now you're down a touchdown right away.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This fielded at the 2. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
The Patriots take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
So Brady and the Pats take over 1st and 10 at their own 24.
Switch gears.
To throw, it's Brady. This one grabbed by A.J. Green. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across. Across the 40-yard line. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. The first carry for the former Nittany Lion. This is Saquon Barkley. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
All right, Brandon, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Here's Brady. That one complete. He finds Sharp. And the ball is knocked out, but this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. So, in Raven territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 41. Looking for Gronkowski, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 18. Gronkowski, the intended target.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
Here we go. Eight together. Check.
Now Lewis here on 1st down. Lewis has the 1st down and then some. And he's finally down at the 21-yard line. That good for 19 and a 1st down.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
They'll stay with Lewis here on 1st down. And able to fight forward inside the 15 to the 13. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. On 2nd down now, it's Lewis, and he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. That leads us to a 1st and goal. It's a pickup of 8. Getting the sense, Charles, are going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far, it's working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
They run. It's Mark Ingram. And he will force his way into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. A 5-yard touchdown run as the Ravens push further out in front.
I know we don't talk about it enough, but the intelligence level of the guys up front blocking, the offensive linemen, maybe the smartest guys in football overall. Add in a little bit of athleticism and a whole lot of toughness, you've got a lot to deal with, don't you?
That's why the guys in the backfield get them really nice Christmas gifts, right?
If they're smart, they do.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This fielded at the 2. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
The Patriots take over 1st and 10.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything, at least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. Throwing is Brady on 3rd down. And it falls incomplete after almost being intercepted. A pick there would have been great. The good news for the defense now, it's 4th down. The Patriots send out their punter as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. Call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the Ravens, they'll take over. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. The veteran Stephon Gilmore able to break that one up. Line of scrimmage again to 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. Escaping the pressure right. And now he's going to use his legs. And I think the ball's out, but this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. The escapability in evidence there is that one good for 15 and a first.
Hey, 4 down, 4 down. Hey, get the edge. Come. Check three.
On first down, Lewis. And some room to run now. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. Jackson. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Trying to get that one to his tight end, and they've been trying to get the ball to him, but as of yet, unable to successfully complete one. But you know there's usually a nice comfort zone in throwing to the tight end. Great sight lines, usually right in the middle of the field.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Here's Jackson. Buying time to his left. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Dante Hightower. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Pats at the line ready to go. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still 2nd quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. Up past the 25 to the 26. A gain of 5.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Pernell McPhee in there to get him. It's a loss of 5. Tough spot for the Pats now after the sack as Brady will lead him up 3rd and long. Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
They decided to take a shot and right down the middle of the field, and really, they didn't give it as much time to develop, did they? They want to take that shot somewhere around the 15-yard mark.
And the defense able to recover, bat it free. That hurts. If it was running into the kicker, wouldn't be a first down. Roughing, it is a first.
And just think about the differences between the two. Running into the kicker almost feels inadvertent, just a small tap, so to speak. But when you rough him, usually bodies are hitting the ground and flying all different places. And the difference is 5 yards or 15. And in this case, that's a big play.
And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him.
Well, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
Been such an impressive first half to get that lead. Brady's throw there complete. Kelvin Benjamin and all the way in. Touchdown, New England. Kelvin Benjamin. 70 yards as they are now on the board here in the first half. Bryant tacks on the extra point, and that'll make our score 14-7.
14, Patriots 7. Matt Bryant set to kick off.
And after the touchdown, here's Bryant now to kick it away. And it's a short kick, taken right around the 19.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing, that's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Yeah, will they make... And that's caught inside the 35. Yeah, he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. 33 yards that time.
Well, we spent a lot of time exalting the offensive masterminds in this game, right? They draw up these beautiful plays. They look so perfect up on the board. But occasionally, sometimes you just say, throw it up and let him go get it. How about that play?
And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Now it's Jackson. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense, when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
Hey, we got to get this stop here, D. Mike 4. Hey, man.
On 3rd down, Jackson flushed out right. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. Michael Bennett, the former Texas A&M Aggie, dropping the hammer. They'll try and throw for it with Jackson. Dancing to his left. And that is going to be incomplete. The Ravens go for it, but come up empty. And the Patriots defense is going to take over on downs. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They'll start out on the ground, and Saquon Barkley. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete. DJ Chark, the intended target, and it's 3rd down.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 45, and his crew will take over at their own 45-yard line. You don't see this often. A quarterback of his caliber, 2 first-half interceptions.
It's absolutely surprising because it happens so rarely. You're searching for what reason, what's going on out there. It's not just maybe the defense is playing well. Is his horoscope off? His biorhythms? What is it?
You went horoscope on us, David.
Well, I was thinking maybe REM sleep was off. I'm trying to come up with something.
Anything, right?
1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Hey, come on. Check. Fresno. Begin. Check 90. Check 99.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Lewis. And he's going to get this inside the 30. That one good for 13 and a Raven 1st down.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. They run. This is Lewis. Calais Campbell on the stop.
Keep playing hard.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
Let's
At
get
the Patriots 21.
Second quarter action, 2 minutes to go on divisional round weekend.
Here I come again. Here I come again.
We remind you, as we've done all year, that coming up at halftime, we will visit with Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll let you know what's going on here on a very eventful divisional round weekend. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves them with a 3rd and 3. Now it's Jackson. Steps away to his left. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Patriots. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line.
Thank goodness for heaters up here. And thank goodness I don't have to carry the football in this game. It's January. It's cold out there. Trying to clutch the football and absorb the hits, not easily done.
Yeah, we saw a product of the elements right there. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. The throw on 2nd down by Brady is incomplete.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they didn't completions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the 1st down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. Just a 25-yard punt, not what he was hoping for by any stretch. And the Ravens set up well to begin their drive as it'll begin in enemy territory already. They'll throw on 1st down with Jackson, eluding the pressure right. He's got his tight end on the corner route. It's complete. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
As a general rule, offensive linemen like to know where their quarterback's going to be when he's setting up to throw the football. But sometimes they just have to get on the run, get on the move. He was able to do that on that play and picks up a 1st down with a nice throw.
And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
At the 19-yard line.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Jackson now. Rolling to his right. And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. From 19 yards away as the Ravens push further out in front. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here in the second quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the second half.
Tucker with the extra point, and it's now 21-7. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Pats at the line, ready to go. Well, look at the clock here. You're inside of a minute. First half hasn't gone that well for you. How are you going to play this drive?
Well, I've been told by my coaches previously that the intelligence...
It's a foot race. The 30, 20, 10, and all the way in. Touchdown, New England. Saquon Barkley, 75 yards, as his guys are back within a single score. Not a whole lot to recap on that drive. Just one play, 75 yards to the house.
Yeah, it's a long way to go. And remember, rarely is it a straight line 75 yards, too. Got to have a little extra in there. So whatever the final number is, a well-deserved seat on the bench, a little oxygen if he wants it as well.
Yeah, after the touchdown, here's Bryant now to kick it away. This is taken at his 4. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line.
Let's go. At their own 28-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops. And if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Now Jackson being chased out left. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Mason. And offensively, they'll take the timeout with 6 seconds left in the second quarter. And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. He'll run it. And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out. So erase the red zone score. They'll have to dial that one up again.
And you know how difficult it is to strike in the red zone because things are a little bit more condensed. You got to go back to their play chart and see if they can dial up another one.
Win or go home, that's the name of the game, and we're back underway with the second half of this AFC divisional round. This fielded at the 2. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Patriots take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Pernell McPhee able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
No, 66.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Looking for Gronkowski, and he's got him complete. 2 catches now in this divisional round matchup. That one, a first down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now Saquon Barkley. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Brady. He gets it into the hands of Gronkowski. Complete. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Good work after the catch. Gets him 15 and a first down.
Under 10, 48 months, rip.
Play action. Now it's Brady. On the slant, he gets it to Gronkowski. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 18 big yards on that one, and a New England first down. Brady now 8 of 15 through the air, but it's 1st and 10 here. Brady now to throw. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off with great anticipation. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Now 2nd and 7 from the 23. Again, it's Lewis. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point. Going to make that defense stand up and stop them. They'll try to run for it. Lewis. And he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. He needed a yard. That's what he got. And it's going to earn him a new set of downs. Forced out to his left. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one goes for 24 yards. So into Pat's territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 46. They toss to Ingram. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on 1st down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
From the 41, Jackson steps away. Now he'll pull it down. And he's got some space here. 23 yards on the tuck and run.
The best quarterbacks that ever played the game all wanted to blend in with their teammates and be one of the guys. And sometimes you got to take modesty and put it aside. You're the franchise quarterback, the face of the team, and the guy that leads them to victory. You have to get down and protect yourself and not take hits like that.
And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Now from the 7, here's 2nd and goal. And now Jackson will look to throw it. Flush to his right. And he's going to keep it here. And he's brought down right at the 5-yard line. Give him 2 on the play. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? On 3rd down, it's Lewis. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Baltimore. A 5-yard touchdown run as the Ravens push further out in front. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
The Patriots take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, That is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
On 2nd and 9, Brady. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man-on-man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Here we go on 4th down now with Brady. Looking deep for Hilton. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. It's the former Seahawk, Earl Thomas. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. On 4th down, that turned out like a punt. Maybe he was... Better defensively there just to knock it down.
And you know they go over those situations. All right, 4th down, where's the ball? Where would we get the ball? But instinct takes over, and when it's in the air, they just go and get it. So it's hard to get on him for intercepting it, but the smart play would have been what you suggested. Knock it down and take over in a deeper position.
He'll get about 4 as he's past the 35 to the 38-yard line.
In my book, that's running the ball well, but with intelligence. How about him keeping the clock moving, staying in bounds?
Yeah, even though it's the 3rd quarter, you're thinking ahead, aren't you? This is where your running game can really help you with a lead in the 2nd half.
I agree totally. It's not just end-of-the-half situations that you worry about the clock. It's throughout the game. And with a lead, stay in bounds. Make them fight harder to try and catch you.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. They try again with Lewis. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and 7.
One quarter remains for the right to advance to the AFC title game. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. The Ravens on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This is 3rd and 7. Now they'll run with Lewis. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll bring up 4th down.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
The offense going to stay out there. They've converted once, failed once. What can they do here on 4th down? Jackson. They're looking for his tight end on the corner. It's complete. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. Fourth down, no problem. 19 yards that time, and now it's 1st and 10. So into Pat's territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Here's Jackson to throw. Buying time to his left. He's going to take off with it. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
Brings up 2nd and a yard at the Patriots' 32-yard line.
A 2nd down run with Lewis. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down. 3rd and 2. Here's Jackson. Escaping the pressure right. He can run for it, and he will. And he's got another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Patriots' 18. That is an absolute backbreaker. That was a design passing play, wasn't a draw. You think you got him stopped, good coverage downfield, and he's able to pick up the first with his legs. Defensively, that kicks into your psyche and hurts a little bit, doesn't it? Rush coming, and he's taken down. Dante Hightower coming in for the sack from his linebacker spot.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. But he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. A good pickup there, a 22. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal.
Check 24. Check 24. Check. Over.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Lewis, and he will take it in for a Ravens touchdown. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon as the Ravens push further out in front. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Pats at the line ready to go. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Now a man open down the middle of the field. Now a loose football. The ball comes out, and it's picked up by the Ravens. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, you'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll start off with a give to Lewis. He's got the 1st down and more past midfield. And finally brought down at the 43. Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a 1st down. On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. Going underneath for Lewis. Oh, and Lewis lost the football. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on 1st down. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. On second down, it's Lewis. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. He lost 2 there, and it's third down. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. The Ravens on third down. They've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. From the gun, it's Jackson. It's brought in here by Willie Snead. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves them just short for 4th down. The offense is going to stay out there. They've converted twice, failed once so far on 4th down. Let's see what's in store here.
Check, 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 check. Check, check, check. Check 52. Tight dog, tight dog, tight dog. Check 13.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Jackson, and they're going to try the screen. It's complete. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down. They only needed a few inches, and they didn't get much more than that. But by about the width of a shoelace, they convert on 4th down. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Dancing to his left. He's got his tight end on the corner route. It's complete. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. 23 yards on the play. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal. Here's Jackson, flushed out right. He's going to take off, and he will score. Touchdown, Baltimore. Lamar Jackson saving his best for the playoffs with his 3rd touchdown of the game as the Ravens push further out in front. Tucker with the extra point, and that'll increase their lead to 28. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Pats at the line, ready to go. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once we were down huge, and someone said, Coach.
And now here's another interception. It's the former Seahawk, Earl Thomas. And they are going to take over right there at the 22-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself. But you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game, and that's always puzzled me a little bit.
Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10.
Check nickel, nickel, nickel. Shoot up. Let go.
And despite the late lead, Jackson to throw. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining.
Intended for Marquise Brown. Incomplete. Brings up 3rd down.
So now 3rd and 10. A big play to start the drive, but nothing since. Again, Jackson steps away to his left. He's going to let this go for the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Well, one side moves on, and then, of course, there's the other side, and now they face what they don't want to face, and that's the offseason.
Think about the journey just getting to this game. Preseason, right? The OTAs and mini camps before that. Going through the regular season, fighting and scratching and clawing to make it to the playoffs. And then to get to this game, one game short of a conference championship, they'll have the whole offseason to think about it. Let's see if they use it as motivation.